All right. Hey, welcome everyone. So glad you all are here today. We are really excited about showing you some of the new features that we have in our Brivity platform. As you can see on the screen, today is all about helping you double your business in 2026. And I know that many of you that are on this call, I'm guessing you're meeting your goals in 2025. I want to help you double that. If you haven't met your goals for 2025, well, we have some really great opportunities for you to make sure that happens. And too many times that doesn't happen because we leave business on the table. And business on the table means lost lead opportunities. Maybe there were some connections that we could have, should have, would have made. We see those happen all the time. And in fact, in our Brivity platform, and this isn't even part of the presentation, but one of the cool things, new things that we have is we're able to identify when a property has gone pending, gone active, or even sold in the last year or so. So you're able to really see those opportunities that are missed because these are people that are currently in your database that we could have, would have, should have been staying in communication with, and then we lost that opportunity. So let's talk about doubling your business in 2026. I see I've got quite a few people on this call. Would you mind doing me a favor? Let me know where you're calling from. Let me know what brokerage you're with. I'd love to see that. We gave a special invitation to some of our Keller Williams agents at the mega camp last week. So we want to definitely know those of you that are here. I want to be sure you can hear our audio loud and clear. So those of you that are on the call, just give me a quick shout out. Legends Real Estate in Austin. Hey, thank you very much for being here. Who's that name? Nina. Good to see you, Nina, in Austin, Texas. Nina, hey, guess what? I'm not far from you. I'm in Buda, Texas. So we are neighbors right down the street. All right, let's talk about doubling your business. If you can see, uh, if you are a part of, like, if you all know Fred Sed, the amazing Fred Sed, not only does he have the best name, right? Fred Sed has over 20 years of real estate experience in the industry, highly accomplished real estate broker in Southern California, particularly Orange County. And the effective agents, they placed them on the top 0.02% of agents in all of Anaheim. And one of the reasons that Fred has been able to double their sales volume is because Fred never has to leave his database to complete that next task. Fred never has to leave his database to make a call, to send a text, to engage with a contact, to never forget about those past clients, to always stay in communication with them, to never lose that relationship. I mean, we're in the business. This business is a business of relationships. And that's really one of the things that we are strongest at because we make sure that we help you cement that relationship. And Fred Sed is one of our biggest raving fans. Again, extraordinarily successful in the Southern California area. And we have a lot of top agents that are using our CRM because we do allow them to do everything that they need all in one place. As you can imagine, Fred Sed having that much success in a market like Southern California, he's not doing it alone. We know he's not doing it alone. He has to find talent. He has to find himself amazing talent. And we can't waste time looking for talent because that takes away our time of running our teams, of running our business, of finding real talent, or then helping to cultivate our current talent. That's where Recruiter AI comes in just so powerfully. Once again, everything I'm showing you today is integrated within the Brivity CRM. Recruiter AI really is a all-in-one solution for streamlining your recruiting process. It's going to help us attract top talent to your real estate team. And with Recruiter AI, you can easily create and syndicate job postings. The AI tool will help you to write just that perfect message for that perfect candidate. It'll help you syndicate the jobs to hundreds of boards, saving us a ton of time. Again, we don't have to leave the CRM to do that. It helps us to craft compelling descriptions about our teams, about our companies, and then it seamlessly integrates with your LinkedIn company pages for maximum results, maximum reach. Recruiter AI, and this is just a kind of an example of what you can see in there in the Recruiter AI system, how AI is integrated into it. It's going to allow us to just create those posts by helping us write it, or write it for us. We want to, of course, guide it into what we want it to say. It'll help us track those candidates. That's going to maximize our exposure, right? It's going to help us reach the right people in those job openings. This is going to increase our chances of attracting that talent. And the fact that it's in our CRM, it's a seamless CRM integration. So all job candidates become new leads in your CRM, just like a lead coming in from any other call to action. They're tagged for that specific job. They're tagged for that specific ad. And this is going to make sure that we don't lose track of those candidates. If you all think about working in your real estate CRM or your spreadsheets or whatever you're using, and then having to leave that go into another system to do your recruiting, you're going to be bouncing from one system to another, potentially leaving business on the table. I think that can be kind of our our theme for today is leaving business on the table, because too many times we're having to go to other places to do that. Hey, you guys, let me know if you have any questions about Recruiter AI, and if you'll notice on the bottom here, I'm going to just even highlight that out right here. You see where it says text platform to 59559. We're going to want to right now just take out your cell phones and let's try this out, because it's going to show you another tool that we have that's an amazing tool. So take out your phones, text the word platform to the number 59559. This is going to demonstrate our Quickly tool, and we'll be talking about Quickly here in just a moment. While you all are doing that, while you're dialing a platform to 59559, I can tell you about our Brivity blogging tool. One of the things that we keep mentioning is that Brivity stands out as that unique platform. It combines the CRM, a fully integrated website, and a robust blogging tool. Of course, on top of all our marketing and reporting, etc. This blogging tool is built within Brivity, and it's going to allow you to quickly create, manage, and publish your blog posts directly from your CRM. Centralized management, right? It's all about managing your blog alongside of your contacts, alongside of your transactions, alongside of your marketing, eliminating switching between two different tools, website builders. And in fact, your website is going to look unique to you and your brand. It's not going to look like 130 other thousand agents' websites. It is your own unique website with your own unique domain name. And now we're really talking about blogging power, because the blog is integrated within the website. How does AI fall into this? Well, the AI assisted writing helps us to generate that that content. It helps us come up with ideas. That's one of the things that we struggle with blogging. Even those of us that blog a lot is coming up with the content. We know that consistent content is what will help your blog to become successful. The way we become consistent is by having consistent ideas. Sometimes those consistent ideas don't come as quickly as we'd like them to. We're going to have AI help us to find those, suggest our paraphrasing, making it easier for us, right? We're going to be able to create high quality posts. Even if you're not a seasoned writer, for all you novices out there, this is a tool for you. It's just going to make blogging so much more fun. It's not only about fun, though. It's not only about content. It's about SEO, capturing search engine optimization through blogging. As a coach, as a trainer, I'm always getting the question, hey, how do I improve my SEO? How do I improve my SEO? The answer, honestly, is blogging. Blogging will do phenomenal things for your SEO, and you can at times hit page one on day one with the right blog, with the right content. This tool is going to help us to do that. So with those SEO filters, features that are built in, it'll give us keyword suggestions. It's going to give us help us with our meta titles, our meta tags. If you're not sure what those are, we'll get into blogging a little bit more. You'll understand those terms. If you know what those terms are, we know sometimes it takes us a minute to try to figure out what those are. It's going to help us to build that, all increasing our website visibility, attracting organic traffic, and once of all, and most of all, saving you time and effort from having to go from one platform to another, leaving business on the table. Let me know if y'all have any questions about this amazing Brivity blogging tool. Oh, look at this. Otter's talking to me right now, talking about AI. All right. Well, Otter asked me a question. If you guys have any questions, just let me know. We'd love to hear that. All right. Let's move on to our AI enhanced Facebook lead campaigns. Some of you have have a lot of leads and you need more leads. You need more leads because you've already handled the current leads that you have. You're doing an amazing job of recruiting agents, and now you've got some agents coming in. You want to be sure that you're able to fill them with appropriate leads, and we can do that by creating those leads or using the Facebook features, the Instagram features to to create great call to action pages, landing pages. So the AI powered Brivity tools are going to help us to create, optimize, and manage those Facebook and Instagram pages. It's all designed around real estate, so it's going to help us to craft those messages better. This is one that we don't want to try to wing on our own. The message is really important. We don't want it too long. We don't want it too short. We don't want it too complex. We don't want it too fancy or too simple. So the tools are going to help us to generate those leads, and it's again those messages are built to capture leads. It's been proven in a way if you want to think about it that way. It leverages our ability to not only create the not only we can create the campaigns, but we have the ability to determine how long we want these ads to run. We can determine how much of a budget that we want to put on this. It's going to tell us the price of what we're paying even before we move on to that next step. Let's save yourself a bunch of time, save yourself a bunch of effort. Let's gain some a bunch of buyer views on these ads. Sometimes we will get an ad that is one of our best listings, one of our most attractive listings, like something that a lot of people will like to click on. When we do that, we get a lot of activity, we get a lot of clicks on those. And now we can offer those more opportunities to our buyers. What the beauty of these ads is when they click on the links, guess where they're delivered? they're delivered to our website. They're delivered to our website where we have more listings. When they start to view those listings, we're now able to capture the activity of exactly what they're viewing, when they're viewing, and get a better understanding of that buyer. Now we can have a different engagement with them. It's not necessarily the listing that they clicked on that they might be interested in. They might find that just perfect listing after they have clicked on your advertisement and now they're on our website. I want you all to think of the power of having uh, um, your Facebook advertising deliver that those leads to your website, and then deliver those leads to your CRM, where we're able to track further activities of their home journey. All right, let me know if you have any questions about our amazing AI enhanced Facebook lead campaigns. Okay, question. How many of you have ever hosted an open house? I'm going to guess that everybody on this call has hosted an open house at some point in their life. And my friends, if this tool doesn't make you take out your phone right now and text the word platform to 59559, well, I've got some others that will, but this is the one that everybody is just so excited about because in the past, you were using clunky spreadsheets. You're using third-party apps. You're using tools that only worked if you had internet connectivity. Like all of these were pieces and parts that were not connected to your CRM. You can cancel any subscription that you have with any open house tool or app because we're going to solve all of those issues for you. Let me show you some of the things we have available. But outside of amazing reporting for every single open house that we hold, including how many we've held, how many attendees we've had, how many leads we've captured, all of our different agents that have done that. Not only is that available, we are talking about the registration part of it. Capturing your open house visitors, that's the most important thing. Without capturing the visitors of your open house, basically you just hosted a terrible party. That's all you did, right? There's no food, no music, no fun. Nobody knows each other. No one's talking to each other. Our goal is to capture leads in that open house. This Brivity open house app, it's amazing. It's going to help us to not only manage the open house, but to capture them. Here's what the options that we have available. One, we have the open house online. So you could have your laptop sitting right there, and you could turn it around and have people type in their first name, last name, email address, and phone number. We even have a long form option. Hey, are you working with a realtor? Are you a buyer, seller? Do you own a home? We have those additional questions, or short form, just asking this general information. And are you working with a realtor? And I know some of you are like, dude, I don't want any grubby fingers touching my laptop, or I'm not in a place where I know it'll be safe. Don't worry, that you could even scroll a little bit higher on this particular form and they can scan that QR code. Boom. Now you have them put the registration in their own device. They type that in. And here's the beautiful part. The second that they hit submit from their contact information, they become a lead in our database. We can immediately start communicating to them as a buyer. We can immediately start providing them with resources. We can immediately become familiar to them. And that's what it's really all about when we're working with buyers, especially those that are visiting open houses. Because what are they doing when they leave our open house? They're visiting other open houses. It's important that we become familiar and we're putting resources in their back pocket so that when they leave, we're leaving with them in their back pocket. Okay, let's say then maybe you don't have your laptop with you. or you don't have connectivity where your laptop's going to work. Well, we have a couple of options there as well. Most times people will have their cell phone, and we'll have connectivity there at least. If we have the QR code, or what I call the open house sign up form, which you can create in 2 clicks, you could put this page on the door. Put it on the door, put it throughout the house so that they know for a fact you're going to try to get a registration. Heck, you could even draw a little stop sign here that says stop, open house, or I should say registration required, something of that nature that lets them know I'm going to get your registration one way or another. Here's another option. This is going to happen, by the way, even if you don't have connectivity, the Brivity Open House app, you're able to use your Open House app, capture visitors by entering them into the system. And as soon as you hit a connectivity point, all of those leads will then be delivered to your CRM. So if you're in an area that has low signals, low cell phone coverage, you have a terrible service, you can still uh, properly host that open house and properly capture those leads. As well, on the registration form for an open house within our Brivity Open House app, we also have that QR code. So if you were walking around the open house and people didn't register, you could hand that open out, you could hand that a phone to them, or just show it to them, say, just scan this real quick and put in your information. If we're capturing information when people are walking in the door, we can verify that information then. We can tell who's given us poopy numbers or proper numbers. Is it poopy or is it proper? That's what we'll find out. All right. Now, the the part that I love is that one of the things that we can send to them, and in fact, we have an amazing real estate app called Brivity Go. I guess we have too many amazing things to tell you guys about, but that app will allow us to quickly send them our home app, our consumer app, the app that we are going to use to get in their back pockets. So when they leave, they can use that app instead of the Zillow app, which is a lot of noise. They can use a local app from a local expert. We have a quick way of putting this in their hands, on their device, in their back pocket. One of my favorite tools to train on, phenomenal tool, a great way to determine who's a buyer, who's a seller, their motivations, and where they are in the process, etc. All right, let's move along. Let's talk about some lead magnets that we have available in the Brivity CRM. Every Brivity website has a home valuation page. It's what is your home worth page. You'll notice that we have some different terms on here. We have some different photos. These are completely editable pages. You can create multitudes of pages of types of these pages. You could make these into niche pages, and I want you all to think about that. Think about what kind of niche pages could we create? We could create military pages. We could create empty nester pages. We could create move up, move down pages and get people to put in their home address so that they can determine their equity or just look at their value and see if they want to do something with that value or with that equity that they've earned. Because the end result of this, let's just walk you through the process. When somebody visits our home valuation, they're going to put in their physical address. That's the first thing. Hey, what's your home really worth? Are you concerned about your home value dropping in today's market? That type of run away from fear type response. So these are all really great opportunities we have to capture home addresses. Okay, first thing, how much is your home really worth? They put in that address and they fill that out. Now they get, hey, do you want a home value or do you want to sell your home? This would give us a connection point, ask them some additional questions. It's a great call to action, though. Most people hit get the home value. Well, when they do that, we got, hey, one more thing for you. We need your full name, email address, and phone number. That's all we're asking. And then claim the free report. Some people back out right now. They're like, nope, I am not going to do that extra step. They close their window, right? They turn off their computer, just like, I don't know what's happening here. Regardless of what they do, we capture that address. Whatever they did, we now have that address. We have that address, and we have some reverse search tools. We have some companies that we are part of now that we could recommend, or maybe even plug you into, that can help you find those addresses, information, etc. But the cool thing is we capture that. Let's say they do fill it in, though. They do trust us enough to provide us with that information. They're going to get these results. And the result that they're going to get is one, you. It's going to have your picture. It's taking them to your website. Our goal is to always bring more website visitors to us. This is right now bringing a website visitor to us, in within our platform. You'll see they also get an estimated home value. If I was able to scroll down this page, you'd see some additional resources, such as an equity calculator, and some things that they can do to determine how much equity they've actually earned in their home. And then they get the market trends of what's happening within their area. So within a mile radius of their area, they're going to see who's active, pending, and sold. It's going to help make them a much more informed seller because of what's actually happening in the market. And this is a good way for you to keep them in touch. This home valuation actually turns into, or can turn into, a market report. You'll notice this market report that I have here is very much the same. It is the same as the home valuation results. They're going to get to the market report. So before I move on to the market report, do any of you have any questions about the home valuation or the steps that people go through to get the home valuation results? One of the things I did want to mention about this home valuation is the URL on this is an amazing URL to put on the back of your business cards, or to attach a QR code to, or to put on your email signature. Hey, if you want to find the value of your home today, click here, make that the hyperlink to your home valuation page that we have here. It is a really great way of engaging with people, a great Facebook post for your Facebook business page, a great thing to send to your friends, to your family, to people in your world or in your sphere that you'd like to get more information from, and that you want to just remind that you're in real estate. Okay, let's talk about the market report. I want you to think of the market report as your health check report. It's really a cheat sheet for you. It helps us to give them a valuation. Now, sometimes this valuation isn't always right. We call it an AI generated valuation from these three vendors. So it'll be from Adam, from Home Junction, and Zillow. So it may or may not be right. That's what the conversation's all about. See, what we've done is we're giving you opportunities to make dials to people who are currently in our database. We, as our teams, as our place teams, we make sure that every single person in our database gets a market report. Because as you can see, once again, it highlights us. They're on our website. They're on within our calls, additional calls to action. It gets them to that equity calculator. It shows them those market trends. It gives them the ability to look at the listings and go, oh wait, that's Jim's house. How the heck did Jim's house is a dump? How did he get 650? What's going on here? Mine, I think I could probably get more because it's much nicer than Jim's dump. You all have had these conversations with every person that you've shown the recent sales. Okay, now that's market reports for sellers. We also have market reports for buyers. And this would be more of a generic market report, or one where you draw the area out yourself because maybe that's the area they're looking in. That's the area that matches their listing alerts. That's the area that their behaviors have drawn us to. This is going to make your buyers much more knowledgeable. Would you all agree that a much smarter buyer is a much easier buyer to work with? I know I see a bunch of head shaking. Heck yeah, they are. We want them to be more informed without sometimes us always having to tell them. Let the data do the talking. Data does the talking in the market report. We can send this market report or the one for sellers. We could send it weekly. We could send it every 2 weeks. We could send it monthly. We have these options for our buyers. We want to definitely get buyers on a report that gives them a temperature of the market, displays the market trends, lets them know exactly what's sold. And as they're clicking on these links, we're going to capture that information in the database saying, hey, this person that we sent a buyer's market report to clicked on these 4 listings. They clicked on this one 6 times, and this is the average price range of all of the ones that they've clicked on, etc. We've just got a ton of data that we deliver to you based on their behaviors. Those behaviors happen when they engage with the market report, when they engage with our listing alerts. Both our market reports and our listing alerts drive traffic to our website. If you guys are looking for ways of always continually driving traffic to your website twice daily, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, we can do that through a listing alert. Did you know that according to NAR, Buyers and Sellers Generational Trends Report, um, over 50% of all buyers, and really most buyers, say the most important thing a real estate agent can do for them is help them find the right property. And sometimes a buyer doesn't even realize they're a buyer until they get that listing alert that has that perfect home at the perfect price in the perfect location. My friends, if you want to re-engage the people in your world, if you want to stay engaged with your contacts, if you want to demonstrate to your sphere that you have the right tools and the right systems to be their agent of choice, then you have the right things. I don't know what happened here. I got this timer on here now. There we go. So it went away. All right, that was weird. I don't know if you all saw that or not, but that kind of took my attention away. If you all are looking for that, then here's what I want you all to do. I want you to take out your mobile devices, or even write this down so you do this later, or you can tell your friends. Text the word platform to 59559. The word platform to 59559, and our team will love to talk to you guys more about these amazing tools. I have a couple more here, and then I'm going to let you guys go. This is one of my favorite tools to talk about because it really it provides so many opportunities, so much value. And in fact, this might be one that I can show off live here. So I'm just going to go into an account here real quick. And I'm going to go into the area of where our headquarters is, our new headquarters too, in Bellingham, Washington. Okay, so this is a general search here. Maybe I've got the wrong, hope I don't have the wrong account. Maybe I do. Uh, uh, do I have the right account here? Yeah, I have the right account. Let me do, let me try that one more time and then I'll, because I didn't, not sure if I grabbed the right one in the right area. Okay, let's move on. What I love about this particular tool is, there we go, is that it will solve a couple problems. One, we can find people that have viewed properties that are like this property, and that could be at any time. So when I click on these four matches, I'm going to get four leads in my that are in my database right now that have looked at a property like this one. I could click on that checkbox and I could share that listing directly with those four individuals or any one of those four individuals. I could also find a property, like let's say I found one like this, and I know a buyer that wants to look at a property that would love a property like this. They just haven't looked at one like this in the area. You just know from your notes. We could share this listing with them directly. So that's another massive option. Okay, and then the third thing is that if I was, and you guys see this is in Buda in the same zip code. If I was having going to a listing presentation, I would bring this result with me. I'd bring this result with me because then what I could do is I could bring up this filter and filter out a home or homes that are like the home that I'm holding listing in that area, and then I could say, oh, by the way, I already have, four matches, eight matches, 12, this many people who are currently viewing properties like yours right now today within my database. So on my website right now today, looking at properties that are like yours. In fact, these are going to be the first people that I call when I walk out of here with your listing agreement. Real positive, right? Real powerful statement and a great way of making sure you walk away with that listing. This is an amazing tool to meet that standard. Remember what I said a moment ago? Over 50% of all buyers said the number one thing they expect from an agent is to send them that perfect property, right? That right property at the right price in the right location. If we do that all day, every day, then we're solving the biggest challenge that they have in the buying process. We're solving it by continuing to send them listings. So if you all are like, oh, I don't know, I don't want to send them listings all the time, that is the wrong approach. 100%. We want to continue to send people listings throughout the day, all day, every day, because one, it shows them that we are doing the work, doing the efforts of making sure we help them find the right property. Two, we keep bringing them back to our website. Every time they click on that email result, that call to action, they're on our website. That's the most powerful part. Every tool I've shown you so far integrated into one single system. If you'd like to know more, you know what to do. Text platform to 59559. So I mentioned a moment ago or earlier when we started this that the Fred Sed team and our top agents can stay engaged with their database all the time. One of the ways we do that is through auto plans. One of the ways we do that is through auto plans. Auto plans can be fired off automatically, right, through a particular call to action that comes in, maybe a website visitor that's a buyer. We're going to put a personalized buyer plan on that contact until we connect with them or until they connect with us. It allows us to follow up easily because we can respond right away to those that respond to us. We can stop that plan from continuing to communicate with those texts. We can make sure that if we are not sending out automated communications, that our agents are receiving that next task, that next thing they should do, or that next time they should make that dial. That's a part of the auto plan as well. It's not all about automatically communicating to your database so you don't have to. No, that's not what it is. What it is providing you with the information that you need in order to make that reach out, to make that dial, or to keep them in communication throughout throughout their journey. And a part of that might be making those dials while the system continues to communicate. All right. Any questions on the auto plans on how those are managed or how those work? All right. Two of the last things we're going to talk about is the reporting. We have an amazing set of reporting tools. This is going to allow agents and team owners and admins to track and to analyze your and then optimize, right? Track, analyze, and optimize your performance, your daily activities, those things that are helping you to succeed. In other words, in our business dashboard, for example, we're going to give you the sources that are bringing you the most business within the Brivity database. Any closings that we've had, well, we have a source to where that closing came from, where that client came from, where that contact came from originally. And now we can start to invest more in those sources that bring us more business. Maybe remove some from funds from those sources that we think are bringing us business, but they're truly not. It's going to help us to track our engagement with our clients. How often are we calling them? How often are we texting them? How often are we emailing them? We're going to be able to monitor our current sales and our pipeline sales. The pipeline sales are some of the most exciting reportings that we can see because we can see what is coming up in our future for our future income, for our future business. I love the pipeline opportunities that we have in there. Use the data-driven insights to communicate to your team. Use these insights to help motivate and monitor what your teams are doing. Our appointments reporting can help you decide, you know what, this person's really good at making the calls. They're amazing at converting. And my gosh, they're doing a great job of setting appointments. But then that appointment never yields an agreement. Well, now you know where that failure is. It can be in down any one of those categories. We capture each one of those, the performance of each one of those categories, so you, as a team owner, can make better decisions and you can become a better coach. All right. Last thing I'm going to talk about, unless you guys have any questions about the reporting, is Quickly. Quickly is the tool that I've been asking you all to use when you take out your mobile device and you text the keyword platform to the number 59559. I want you all to imagine your yard sign sitting in front of the yard. And then underneath that yard sign is a 8 by 12 sign stuck in there with the little, the one that has the little stakes, the you just stick in the ground that people can look at one and then they're going to be drawn to the other. That signage is going to say, hey, if you want to find more about this home, price, photos, text, and then whatever your keyword is. My keyword as a team is Dream Key. So text Dream Key to 59559. Then they're going to get the response. Well, first of all, GPS will locate them It doesn't make that noise. You have to pay extra for that. But the GPS will locate their location, and then it'll say, hey, here's some properties that are in your area, 5 properties. Which one did you want to view? And they can decide, I want to look at this one or some other properties in the area. That's going to give them the details they want. We've captured, guess what? Their real phone number. That's the best part of Quickly. It's not a spoof. It's not a Mickey Mouse. It's not a Donald Duck. It is, in fact, the real phone number. So take advantage of this tool for your listings, and it does some other cool things like it's doing today. So when you all take out your cell phones and you text platform to 59559, you're going to get a different response. You're going to get the response that we plugged into that keyword platform. So if you all are holding an event, you could use that event name to get phone numbers and then drive them to another form or another call to action. It's an incredibly powerful tool that is going to help us to, communicate to you guys or what we can do for you when you text platform to 59559. Hey, I want to thank you all very much for being a part of today's presentation. I love that you all stayed throughout the whole thing. I was looking at the numbers. Most of us stuck around, so I appreciate that. Just give me a quick shout out that you guys, anything that you want to learn, anything that maybe you learned or took away from today's presentation that you may not have known before. We'd love to hear that from you. Otherwise, we want to be sure that you all have an amazing rest of your day, and let us know how we can help you. Once again, by texting platform to 59559. I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day. We're going to have an amazing rest of our day. Bye-bye, everyone.